flash drives, hard drives, but cloud storage seems to be the easiest and the newest technology out there. But deciding what cloud storage technology is the best for you can be one of the most difficult decisions anybody makes. I've presented many times, and I've used flash drives, hard drives, but I found that cloud storage is the best way. And I found that there are 4 main cloud storage devices that are the best for you. So in this presentation, I hope that I will tell you all exactly what the benefits and the costs of each different system is, and let you decide which one works best for you. So now let's talk about why cloud storage is important. Cloud storage is important because if you think about it, 3 out of every 10 US adults owns a tablet. 5 out of every 10 US adults owns a smartphone. So if you think about it, half of Americans own a smartphone and 3 out of every 10 have a tablet. Being able to transfer information from your smartphone or your tablet to a laptop or desktop is very important. So now you think about how many people work on different devices. 53% of Americans work on multiple devices in their workplace. So with over half the people working on maybe a work computer and then a personal laptop then maybe to a tablet, and a tablet to a smartphone, it is vital that cloud technology works, and it works effectively for you. So if we can go here to the next slide, we'll see that cloud storage has to be able to work so people can work fluidly from device to device. So I want to have all my information on my work computer come to my personal home laptop and then possibly go to my tablet, my smartphone. That's why cloud storage is important, because it fluidly works you from device to device, from tablet to phone, laptop to phone, laptop to desktop, and desktop to tablet. Any way it'll work for you. So as we go on here, we're going to talk to you about the 4 main device technologies you can use. Quickly though, we'll have a brief history. Cloud storage, relatively new. It started in about 2010. Dropbox was actually the first one. We'll talk about why Dropbox is good and maybe why Dropbox is not so good. And cloud storage is relatively new. It's also a must-use technology for companies. Every company is going to have a Dropbox site, maybe even an FTP server, and those are a little bit different, but they're going to use Dropbox, Google Drive maybe, or something so everybody can go to one site instead of a flash drive or hard drive, a site on the internet, and use technology. And it bridges the gaps between laptops and tablets, and that is one of the most important things. If you can have your iPad and your MacBook work together, it is so much better. Then you're utilizing your technology and you're utilizing your ability to work anywhere. So now let's talk about the main technologies. So if you look here, you have Dropbox, Google Drive, Microsoft SkyDrive, and iCloud are your 4 big sites you can use. Each one has a little bit different. Dropbox is your first one. It's kind of the dinosaur actually of all these groups. It was the first site to come out with cloud storage, and then Google Drive came about. Microsoft SkyDrive is relatively new, and then obviously iCloud, which is a Mac product, and was used now more, but it's kind of developing. So we'll talk here about some of the similarities between these. Next. So all these different cloud storage technologies are going to give you something similar. Everyone's going to give you free storage. So Dropbox will give you 2 gigabytes of free storage, but up to 15 if you refer people. So what that basically means is if I email you to join Dropbox, I will get more space for my Dropbox account up to 15 gigabytes, and it works in increments. Google Drive will automatically just give you 5 gigabytes to start, and then Microsoft SkyDrive will give you 7 gigabytes of free storage, and then iCloud.com will give you 5 gigabytes of free storage. So every single one of these sites is going to give you some type of free storage, but if you look at it, maybe 5 gigs doesn't work for you. They have different options, and they're all basically the same. So you look to our next similarity between all of these is all these sites have payment options for you so that you can pay for storage. It's a relatively low amount. It's like $2 or $3 a month, and you can buy more storage. For Google Drive, it's $2.99, and you can have 25 gigabytes of cloud storage for you. And so you think about it, you would never ever have a 25 gigabyte flash drive, but if you spent $2, basically $3 a month, you can have all that storage space, and you can use it for whatever you want, and you don't have to worry about a flash drive. So now the next point I'm going to talk about here is there's also some other similarities, and they're all available on PC, Mac, Android, and iOS. So your Mac can have Dropbox, Google Drive, Microsoft SkyDrive, or iCloud. So can your PC, so can your Android, as well as your iOS. and they'll work together. Your PC can talk to your Mac can talk to your PC. Your Mac can also talk to an Android phone and an iOS. So if you work on a PC computer, but at home you want to work on a Mac, if you use Dropbox, you can do work on your PC computer and then go home and work on your Mac, and there's no loss. It'll be just like you were working at work. There's no difference. There's no change. It's the same document stored in the cloud, and that's why it's good. So now we'll go to the next point here, and then things start to cloud up a little bit. But here we'll go to our final similarities. All these sites offer real-time collaboration, which is great for group projects. Being able to work together on a project through documents at the same time is a new technology that's great, and it works great for big-time projects. When I present in a group setting, I like opening up a Google document, because then I can be working on the document, and so can my partners at the same time, and together we can work to get this done quicker and effectively. And I can look at it and say, hey, maybe you need to change this here. I don't like how you worded this, and I don't have to send documents back and forth. It's one document, one place, stored in the cloud, so it's not taking up any space on anybody's computer, and we can all work together. As well as that is you can work on multiple devices. So if there's real-time collaboration, I can be working on my phone, a partner in my group can be working on their Mac, and somebody else can be working on their tablet, all of us working together. And then also if I'm done working on my phone and I want to switch, I get to work and I want to switch to my Mac or my PC, it works fluidly just like that. Real-time collaboration is a big-time perk for all these different sites. As we go on now here, things start to cloud up, and one of the biggest differences between every one of these devices is access. And that's what you want to know. If you're trying to decide which site works best for you, it's all about access. And a big time perk is that you can access your information anywhere. No longer do you have to even be connected to Wi-Fi to access this. If you're on your phone, you can use your 3G or 4G plan, your data plan, and you can access your information anywhere and be easily floatable. It makes it very fluid and easy to manage there. And each site has different advantages when it talks about different access to various devices. Some work better than others. Dropbox is not the best for phones. Google Drive's better on laptops, but iCloud's great for iOS devices, and SkyDrive's great for Mac or for PC devices. So as we continue on here, you'll see that there definitely are some differences for each option. So it's all about access. As I talked about, different sites have different things that work for them. So Google Drive, SkyDrive, and Dropbox are best used on a desktop or laptop. So that means that basically their site that you're going to go to on the internet is a lot better than the app that they'll find on your phone or your tablet. Whereas with iCloud, it's best used on a mobile device, especially if you have an iOS device. Now you'll see iCloud and you see the I in front of it. It is an Apple product, so obviously your Apple products are going to work best. So if you're a person that likes using Apple products, iCloud is probably going to be better for you than as opposed to SkyDrive, which is a Microsoft product. And as we continue on here, there's another biggest thing, and this is probably the biggest thing in deciding which one of these you want to use, is security. And I'm going to define a word for you, which is encrypting. Not everybody knows what encrypting means, but I'll define it for you in a very simple way. It's how you make your files secure. You encode your files when you encrypt them, and so other people can't see it unless they have your permission, unless they have the password or a way to see it that you can show them. So basically, it's a way to protect them and keep them secure to you. And so not other people can be looking at that. And one of the biggest and most recent in news today about encryption is the NSA PRISM project. They would be able to go in through and access unencrypted files and see them and use them as their documents, and people didn't know that they were looking at their documents. And so that's why if you can encrypt something, that means that only you and the people you want to see it can see it. And that's just great for security and keeping your ideas and making sure that your information that could be pertinent or could be harmful if it gets out to others, safe and secure. So as we go on here, you'll see that different sites use different measures for security. Dropbox uses standard encryption, so it's just going to encode your files just like anything else, and they'll be safe. So relatively, Dropbox is a good idea for encryption. iCloud is going to encrypt things when you go from your phone or your mobile device, and then as it also will encrypt them once they get on the server. So there's never any chance where anybody could go, they see a document on your phone and stake it, and then maybe not on your computer. With iCloud, they're always safe, they're always encrypted. That's not the case with SkyDrive. SkyDrive is only encrypted when it gets onto the server. So that means if you have some type of document on your phone and you are trying to sync it to the server, it could be interfered with or seen if it's because it won't be encrypted at that point. But the chances of that are pretty low. But you just have to know that going ahead that it's only encrypted once it makes a server. On the other hand, Google Drive, you must use a third-party encryption site. And so what that means is that you have to take your files off Google Drive, put it to another site where it will then encrypt it, and then take the encrypted files and put them back onto Google Drive, which can be a huge hassle if you're dealing with very secure documents. So if you're working for a company and they need you to present on their new product that they don't want anybody to know, Google Drive may not be the best option because you don't know how secure those documents are. Maybe iCloud's a better option, maybe SkyDrive, and definitely Dropbox are going to be more secure places than, more secure cloud source places than Google Drive. And as we continue on here, you'll see that cloud technology is a big thing. And as you can see, cloud storage is a great way, in a very simple and easy way for you to store your documents. It works great. There's different perks. Google Drive is great for real-time collaboration. It also works great on your laptop. If you have a Mac or a PC, that's great. Dropbox as well. It's great for storing things, storing lots of pictures and documents, but not as great for real-time collaboration. So if that's something important for you, maybe that's not the best option. iCloud.com is great if you have Apple products. We talked about the encryption, so you know your documents are going to be secure, but if you don't have an Apple product, things can get interesting. They'll still work, it just won't be the best possible situation. And then obviously SkyDrive, great if you have PC products, but if you have Mac products, it works, just not the same, and the encryption is good there. I hope that all this information on cloud technology and cloud storage helps you decide that next time you don't need your flash drive. You can instead load it up to the cloud. It'll be secure and accessible from anywhere. So I hope that I didn't waste your time, and I hope that you had a great time and you gained something from this new technology that's out there, and it will help you become a better presenter.